aula 4 do Intermediate, terminando a parte de Review of Important Points.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, Gloria. How are you?
How are you?
I'm very well. How about you?
Fine, thanks for asking.
That's good. Good. Good to know. Oscar, is everything
Hi.
all right?
Hi, I'm good.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Vanessa, how are
Hi, teacher.
you? Are you doing all right?
Yes, I'm okay. And you?
I'm good. I'm good. Okay, pretty good, as a matter of fact. Okay?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
dears, are you going to talk to me in this class? I missed.
Can you hear me?
And now, yes, but in the last class, I didn't hear a word.
I don't know why, teacher, because I could hear you all right, and you couldn't hear me. I don't know.
Nobody could hear you. Okay?
Why,
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
now it's normally.
Yeah, now it's normal. Yes, that's good. Hello again, Eric. Okay. Camila, how are you today?
Hello, Roberto. I'm very fine.
Is your husband home to look after the kids, or today you're going to study and look after the kids?
No, today my husband is working now, and I was in the bedroom with my children, but I go out.
Ah, you left. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So pretty soon we are going to have more students in class. Okay. All right. We can start our class. I don't know. Let's see how far we can go. But I think, according to Google, we stopped here. Is that right? Or no?
Yes.
Teacher,
Yes.
I have a
Yes.
doubt.
Okay. Who has a doubt?
Vanessa.
Ah, okay. Vanessa, why are you changing your voice?
Because
I can answer your doubt anyway, baby. You don't have to change the voice.
teacher, it's because for me this material is very complicated. These things. So always after being, I need to use ing.
After what?
Being.
Yes. In this case, yes. Yes.
Because I've been married for 13 years.
No. I said in the present perfect continuous. The present perfect continuous is formed with the had been always plus another verb in the ing, except for the verbs that are in the box and the verb to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Now
In your example, that was the same case of Oscar. We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
I've been married. I cannot say I have been. Understand? That doesn't exist. It would be very extremely redundant. I have been. Oh, you see? It's terrible.
Yeah.
So the verb to be is an exception. It's never used in the present perfect continuous.
Yes.
okay.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Is that your question?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You started
It's
with
very
my...
difficult, teacher.
Yeah. No, she started in a certain way that I thought, oh my gosh, maybe for the first time in my life, I won't know the answer. Something very difficult is coming up.
Because I thought this last night. I think about this.
You thought about this last night.
Yeah.
I feel very sorry about your husband, understand? Okay, speaking of husband and wife, let me introduce the next topic. Oh, I would say that the past perfect is a walk in the beautiful park behind me if compared to the present perfect. Because the present perfect is confusing. It's very short. Sometimes you don't pay attention to I've, and then you understand the simple past. I've worked, you understand only I worked. And it's, as it doesn't have any connection with time, we get confused. Like, I've seen it, I've been there, I've done that, I've bought it, okay? But what is the biggest advantage and the positive aspect of the past perfect? We never use one sentence in the past perfect alone. We need a time reference, understand? And because of this time reference, it is very clear when to use the past perfect. Imagine a situation like this. Let me see. Oscar, last time I asked him, he broke my example. Let me try a different person. Let me see here.
Sorry, Chief, sorry. I didn't understand your idea.
Yeah, because I created an example when I asked you, and then you destroyed me. And then I needed to rethink. So, okay, I'll try Camila this time. Maybe it's gonna be easier, I don't know. Camila.
Oi. Hello, teacher.
Okay, do you remember two things that happened to you in your house with your kids yesterday concerning anything? The time they got up, the time you got up, the time they had lunch, the time you had lunch, everything. Two actions that happened yesterday.
Okay. I went to the beach yesterday.
At what time was that?
10 o'clock.
Okay, so you went to the beach yesterday at 10 o'clock. Okay, one more action after that or before that?
I did the spinning class after the English class yesterday.
What kind of class did you have?
Spinning. Bike.
Spinning.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry. Yes, okay. So, in the morning, you went to the beach at about 10 o'clock. In the evening, you had the spinning class. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, if we are having a conversation and Camila wants to tell me about the things that she did yesterday, she can say, oh, yesterday was kind of a good day. In the morning, I went to the beach. In the afternoon, I stayed home. In the evening, I had my English class. And after my English class, I went to my spinning class, right? You see, this is a sequence of things that happened in the past, right?
Right.
The use of the past perfect is used to demonstrate that one action, for example, going to the spinning class, happened before or after another action. I need a connection. For example, I went to my spinning class when or after I had finished my English class.
Both action in the past?
Both actions are in the past.
Okay.
And the idea is to demonstrate that the phrase in the past perfect, Oscar, occurred before the phrase in the simple past.
Okay, I understand.
That is like, first she had her English class, after she went to her spinning class. So I had already finished my English class when I went to my spinning class.
Okay.
Understand?
Okay.
So let's look at my beautiful graph and maybe you can understand. Look, present, past, and future. I have two actions in the past. First, a completed activity, then another activity. But can you see? They didn't happen at the same time. One was completed before the other one. Okay, there is an example here that maybe it is going to clear your mind. Yesterday, I went to bed at 10. You called me at 11:30. I had already gone to bed when you called me. Can you understand this?
Okay.
And it would be impossible to say, I had already gone to bed and stop there. If I don't have the time connection when something happened, it's not possible to use the past perfect. You would simply say, yesterday I went to bed at 10 o'clock. That's it, simple past. Understand? Yes,
Teacher,
sister.
we use when always or we have another connection.
Oh, yes. You can use after, you can use before.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Oh, let me try to give you another example. Please, try to understand what I'm going to say. I'm not going to write, I'm just going to say it, okay? Yesterday I was doing some work here and my wife said, honey. When I heard that, I thought, oops. And she said, aren't you tired? Let's go to bed. And I thought, oh my gosh, tonight is the night. And then I told her, okay, give me 5 and I'll finish and I'll go to bed. In 5 minutes, I was already in my bedroom. And what happened? She was sleeping like a log. Okay? In 5 minutes. So, what do you think I did? Use your imagination. What do you think I did?
Sleep too.
Of course. Understand? Because when you're married, okay, it's like if one doesn't want, the other one turns to the side and sleeps, okay? So I thought, I'm not going to wake her up. So I slept too. Now, I want to join these sentences in order to explain you what happened. When I went to the bedroom, my wife had already slept. You see?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That means she slept before I got there.
Okay.
When I went to the bedroom, she had already slept.
Okay. Perfect.
She didn't wait for me, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So, now, what is the auxiliary verb in this case? Had. Had is used for all the persons. I had, you had, he had, she had, it had, we had, you had, they had. If I want to make a negative, I hadn't. If I want to make a question, had you? Okay? So, let's compare. Do you remember the classical example I gave you back there when we talked about the past continuous? I was kissing the girl.
When her husband.
Yes, Gloria memorized when her husband arrived.
Arrived.
So, try to understand why I don't like past continuous and why I love the past perfect. What is the difference between the first sentence and the second sentence? Let me change to the affirmative. Okay. I had already. What is the difference now? In the first case, where am I? Where am I now if her husband is bigger than me? That.
Two action in the past in the same
He
time.
had already kissed the girl when the husband arrived.
Yeah, but my question was, in the first case, I was kissing the girl when her husband arrived. What happened?
You have problems.
I had problems. Yes.
You
the
have
action
problems.
finish.
Yes.
Yes, the same
And
time.
the second, the action was finished.
Yes. So here, I was caught. Remember, red-handed. Okay? Me pegou com a mão na massa, para não dizer outras partes.
The same time, the action.
Yes, I was caught red-handed.
Yeah.
So depending on the size of the husband, I'm either dead or in the intensive care unit at the hospital, okay? And what happened in the second case? I had already kissed the girl when her husband arrived.
The action is finished when the husband arrived.
Yes, yes.
So
yes.
was there any problem?
No.
No. When the guy came in, I was having a cigarette, okay? Acting very normally, all right? And she said, oh, Maguila, this is my teacher, Roberto. Roberto, this is my husband, Maguila. And I was, oh, very nice to meet you, Mr. Maguila, okay? And I gotta go, bye-bye. Oh, I left the house, no problem at all. So what you needed to understand is exactly this. Sometimes in English, when you express yourself, it is possible that they understand you. But if you don't use the correct tense, the message that you are transmitting is not exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Understand?
Mhm.
So when you use the past perfect, there is no connection with the other action in the simple past. Okay? No connection at all. All right?
All right.
Good, good. Any question about this, Vanessa? Or this is easy?
Easy, clear.
Okay. You see, had is used for other persons and blah, blah, blah. And even the past perfect continuous, it's also easy and not as common as the present perfect continuous. I will show you here. Vanessa, can you read this first part for me, please? Formation, when to use.
Formation. Subject plus had plus being plus main verb in the ing, present participle. When to use. The past perfect continuous tense, also known as the past perfect progressive tense, shows that an action that started in the past continued up until another time in the past. It is only used if you want to say for how long that action had been going on before another on happened.
Another one happened. Understand this?
Yes.
So that is the interesting point here. It is only used if you feel that it's necessary to say for how long an action had been going on before another action happened. Understand? And many times you don't want to say for how long, unless you are very angry. Then you want to say, okay? There is another part. Me, can you read this for me, please?
Unlike the present perfect continuous, which indicates an action that began in the past and continued up to the present. The past perfect continuous is a verb tense. that indicates something that began in the past, continued in the past, and also ended at a defined point in the past.
You see, everything is in the past. There is no connection with the present, okay? And the reference, the time reference is the action in the simple past that we use, okay? So look here at the graph. Ongoing activity, bing, finished, another activity happened and also finished. So there is an example here that maybe it will clear it a little bit. Adriana, can you read this for me? Last night,
Paul invited Mary to go out and told her he was going to pick her up at 7 p.m. At 5, she was already getting ready.
ready.
At 5, she was already getting ready. Ready
for her date.
She showered.
To take a shower. She showered. Chose nice clothes.
Choose some nice clothes to
wear.
Put on some makeup, and by 6:45, she was ready to go. Paul only arrived to pick her up at 8:45, and she was very angry at him.
Angry
At him.
Oh, can you understand the situation? Regina, Oscar, Eric, me. Can you understand exactly what happened?
Yes.
The guy told the girl, how about going out tomorrow? Sure, I'll pick you up at 7. Well, she was crazy about going out with Paul. So what happened? At 5 o'clock, she started getting ready to go out. She showered, a 1-hour shower. She chose some nice clothes to wear, okay? Nice underwear, nice outfit. She put on some makeup. By 6:45, 15 minutes before the arranged time, she was ready.
Yeah.
And the guy only arrived 2 hours later. She was already very angry at him. Her makeup was melting. The perfume had already faded away. Her hair was not as nice as 2 hours before. Understand? And why was she angry at him? Because she had been waiting for over 2 hours when he arrived.
Yes.
Can you understand this?
Yes.
So in this case, she thought it was important, or I thought it was important to use the past perfect continuous to demonstrate the disappointment of waiting for over 2 hours. Understand? So that's why I said she had been waiting for over 2 hours when he arrived. Any problem about this or no?
Teacher,
Yes.
The period of the time, how long time, always I can to use in this past
You
present.
have the past perfect continuous. You
Ever.
have to use exactly.
Ever.
Yes, exactly to show the duration for how long you waited.
Okay.
Understand?
Yeah.
Oh, many years ago I had a car accident This is not an example. This is a real situation. I had a very bad car accident. It was total loss. My car was 100% destroyed. I called the 911 in Brazil, okay, in Brazil, of course. And I reported the accident, and the guy said, "Are you hurt?" I said, "I don't know how bad, but I am bleeding a lot. My arm was bleeding very much." And the police told me, "Oh, try to tie something around the wound and we'll send the paramedics as soon as possible." I said, "Okay." So I got an old shirt, I tied it around my arm just to hold the blood that was coming out. And I waited. This, I called them, was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Do you have any idea what time the paramedics arrived? Any idea?
No.
I think a long time.
I think a long time. It was
Yeah.
4 hours.
Exactly. They arrived at 9:30.
Wow.
Imagine 4.5. So
4.5.
I had been waiting for 4.5 hours when they arrived. Imagine if it had been a serious accident. I would have died.
Yeah.
Understand?
Wow.
And I told them, "Holy cow!" They asked me if I was bleeding or something. I said I wasn't. They said he would be coming as fast as possible. "Oh, we're sorry, sir, but we serve a very large area and we could only come now." You see, 4.5 hours to arrive at the accident site. In any first world country, they usually do that in no more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, any question about the past perfect continuous?
It's okay.
Okay, so I'd like to talk about something that maybe is not only for Adriana, but pay attention, please. Adriana,
Hi, teacher.
I'm going to talk about this because you made a lot of mistakes concerning this, but I think this is going to help everybody.
Okay.
There is something in English that's called phrasal verbs. What is a phrasal verb? It's when I have a verb plus a preposition, right?
What?
For example, pick up. All right?
Right.
For example, put on. For example, take off. Take off. All these phrasal verbs, all of them, they always ask, always, all of them, for an object. Because if you say, "I'll pick up," only this, I'm going to say, pick up what? Pick up whom? I'll put on what? I'll take off what? I need an object, okay? Understand? So far, no problem.
It's okay.
Okay.
Excellent. So, if the object is a noun, I use it. Okay. I use it after the preposition. I'll pick up Mary. I'll put on my jacket. I'll take off my jacket. Okay?
Okay.
But if the object Roberto. But if the object I'll keep it here, is a pronoun, I have to use it between the verb and the preposition. So I will pick up Mary. No, don't do that. I will pick her up. Please take off your jacket. Okay, it is hot here. I will take it off.
Okay.
Please put on your jacket. It is cold outside. All right. I will put it on. Okay? So you were saying, pick up her, pick up her, pick up her. It doesn't exist. It's not possible to use a phrasal verb followed by a pronoun. If you have a pronoun, you have to say, pick her up. Can you pick me up? Yes, I can pick you up. What about Paul? Mary will pick up Paul. Okay, or Mary will pick up Paul. Understand this?
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent. Remember, this is very important. So, as in the past perfect, the auxiliary verb is had. If I want to ask a question, I say, had you? If I want to make a negative, I say, I hadn't. Okay, like I hadn't been kissing the girl for hours when her husband arrived. Okay, it was just a little kiss. A kiss is just a kiss. Okay? So, let me see. Okay, there are some more examples here. Oscar, can you read this for me? Because you asked me these a few minutes ago. More examples.
He had been drinking milk out the carton when Moon walked into the kitchen. I had been...
Mom.
When Mom walked into the kitchen. I had been working at the company for 5 years when I got the promotion.
Okay. Any question about this? You see, here I have when and when, but continue reading, Oscar.
When, for, since, and before are words that you may see used alongside the past perfect continuous tense. John had been jogging 3 miles a day before he broke his leg.
You see, before, not when.
Okay, before he broke his leg. The radio program that was terminated had been working well since 1960. Mary had been playing the piano for 25 years when her family needed to sell the piano.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Malinovsky, did you observe the example about the piano? She had been playing the piano. Okay? You see? It's meant, yeah, the drums, the guitar. Okay? Remember there was a famous band, the Dire Straits.
Yeah.
Remember that song, Money for Nothing?
Yes.
Okay, there's a part, he says, He plays the guitar on the MTV. Dun-dun-dun. Even in music, they respect this. You always need to use the definite article before all kinds of musical instruments, okay? Now, Eric with the K, can you read the last example for me, please?
Okay. I had been working at the company for 5 years when I got the promotion.
Ooh, okay, it's the next part, but that's okay. He had been throwing rocks.
He had been
throwing rocks.
throwing rocks.
It's here.
That's okay? Okay, it's okay. Perdão. He had been throwing rocks at her window for 5 minutes before she finally came out on the balcony and said, "Hey, Romeo."
Romeo. Okay.
Okay.
This was from the famous classical book, Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
He had been throwing rocks at her window for 5 minutes before she finally came out on the balcony and said, "Hey, Romeo." And he said, "Hi, Juliet." Okay? So, any question about this or no?
No.
No.
Excellent. So, as I think you were able to notice, the past perfect and also the past perfect continuous, they are much simpler than the present perfect and the present perfect continuous. Okay? That's my opinion. I don't know. When it gets to the exercise, you will decide. Okay? But what are we going to talk about today? Another extremely important thing which Brazilians don't like: using passive voice. I don't know, I really don't know why Brazilians love explaining their point of view always in the active voice. In every language, it doesn't matter if you are trying to learn English, Italian, French, Japanese, or whatever. You always have two ways of saying things: in a passive way, in an active way. So let's see the difference and let's understand why the Brazilians make so many mistakes at this point, okay? Oops, too much. So, Eric with the K, can you read the definition of the active voice, please?
Teacher, you show in the part of the windows.
I'm not showing? You can't see, it's here, active voice.
No, I can't see.
No?
No.
Nobody can see?
No.
I
see.
For me, it's okay.
It's okay for me too.
Yeah, it's okay. Pardon. In every language, there are two ways of saying things: actively and passively.
Actively and passively.
Okay. Active voice. A characteristic of active voice sentences is that the subject performs the actions of the verb and the direct object is the goal or the recipient. The fireman extinguished the fire. Extinguished the fire.
The fire. Okay. Pay attention, please. Thank you. Pay attention here. As I said, in Portuguese, 99% of the times, we tend to use active voice to describe everything we want to say. If you ask me like, where are you from? I'm from Minas, for example. Oh, you are from Minas Gerais? Yes. And what is the economic basis of Minas Gerais? A Brazilian would probably say, oh, they produce coffee, very good coffee in Minas Gerais, right?
Yes.
They produce very good coffee in Minas Gerais. You see, grammatically speaking, it would be okay. They produce what? Very good coffee where? In Minas Gerais. But what happens? I live on a farm. If you ask me, do you produce coffee, teacher? No.
I don't know who it produces.
Exactly. That's the point. They is unknown. Okay? And Brazilians always talk like this. Ah, eles fazem carro lá. Eles fazem chicote naquela fábrica. But you don't know anybody that actually makes a harness at the factory. You don't know anyone that actually produces coffee. Understand? And that's why this is not considered good English. In good English, the subject that is responsible for the action should be important. So if I'm talking, the fireman extinguished the fire, okay, like after the horrible explosion in Beirut yesterday, thousands of firemen spent hours extinguishing the fire. Okay, what am I trying to emphasize? I don't know any Lebanese fireman that was there. Understand? So the important thing is that the fire was being extinguished for hours by thousands of firemen. But this is not really important. Okay, sometimes the result of the action is more important than the person who did the action. And that is the characteristic of the passive voice. Okay? Regina, can you read the passive voice for us, please?
Okay, teacher. Passive voice. A characteristic of passive voice sentence is that the object or goal of the action function as the sentence subject, and the main verb phrase includes the verb to be and the past participle. The fire was extinguished by the fireman if you consider this info relevant.
Yes, you see, it's not even necessary to say. What is important? Well, the fire was extinguished, and that's it. Okay?
Okay.
That's why in English, the use of the passive voice is much more common than in Portuguese. And to illustrate, I wrote down 3 examples here, and I want you to look at them and think about them. People speak Portuguese in Brazil. They built that house in 1932. The company fired John due to the coronavirus crisis last week. You see, if you analyze the 3 sentences in all the possible aspects, they are all grammatically perfect. I have a subject, I have a verb, I have an object, I have a time expression, a place expression, a reason. Everything is perfect. But all of them, they are not grammatically incorrect. They are just considered bad English. Okay?
Okay.
Why bad English? In the first sentence, for example, people speak. Who has the ability of speaking in our planet? Do animals speak?
No.
No.
Only the sparrow.
What, Gloria?
Only the sparrow speak.
I couldn't understand you. I'm sorry. Only?
Sparrow. Sparrow.
Parrot. Parrot.
Yeah, parrot. Yes, parrot. The parrot.
Okay. Yes. And do you usually spend a lot of time having a long conversation, telling about your problems with the parrot?
Yes.
Only
So,
repeat what.
yeah, so you don't need a psychologist. You have a speaking parrot.
Yes.
Okay? Because as far as I know, if you go there and say, "Hi, Mr. Parrot, how are you doing today?" They're going to say, "Parrots, parrots, parrots."
Hi, Mr.
Maybe I
Parrot.
can, yeah, maybe I cannot imitate like you.
Gloria
But,
imitate.
Hi, Mr.
yes,
Parrot.
it was
Parrot
very
wants
funny.
coffee. Parrot wants coffee.
Yeah. Last year, during the worst period of the COVID, last year, no, I'm sorry, this year, during the worst period of COVID-19 here in Italy, I ran away because I am a kind of a group risk. So I went to my brother's house in Belgium. And it was very funny because my brother's neighbor bought a parrot, understand? But the parrot was like kind of virgin. He didn't speak anything. And then every day I would go there and say, "Bom dia, bom dia, bom dia," in Portuguese, understand? And what happened? One day the owner of the parrot came out and the parrot was, "Bom dia!" And he looked at the parrot like, "What is that? My parrot is crazy. I think I will return it." I said, "Why?" "Well, he's speaking funny things." And I started laughing. I told him, "I was teaching your parrot how to say good morning in Portuguese." He said, "I don't believe you did that." Yes. And the parrot, it was very funny. I would open the door, he would see me and go, "Bom dia! Bom dia!" Yeah. It was very funny because in Dutch it was very difficult, okay? Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Ah, no.
Guten Morgen.
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 Yes, Guten Morgen. So it was easier to teach the parrot, "Bom dia, bom dia." Okay? And he learned it, but Gloria, I could never have a normal conversation with him. It was the only thing.
Depends your situation, teacher.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. If I go back there, I will try to have a longer conversation, then I let you know. Okay? Anyway, guys, I would like you to study these examples and see what was the problem in each one of them and what would be the best solution to express the same idea. I have outlined everything for you, okay? Tomorrow we'll just finish this and we'll start talking about examples, exercise, and so on. Okay, we got to stop here. I hope you have a wonderful evening and I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay?
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, teacher.
I know it's Friday, but make sure you're here tomorrow. Tomorrow's class is very important.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Oh my gosh.
Glória!
Glória, Glória.
Ai, aleluia.
Aleluia. Glória a Jesus. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye,
Good
bye.
evening. Good evening. Good evening. Bye, guys. See ya.
Bye. Bye-bye.